Yes, Andrew Ng is right when he states AI is the new electricity. And when it comes to doing business, we can choose whether to do business the old-fashioned way, like in the old-fashioned plane you can see on the left-hand side, or a new way, as you can see on the right-hand side. Apsi baat kenai seman kibate. My name is Tim Cortinovis, and I'm living in Hamburg in the north of Germany. I serve my clients with workshops and talks on AI and automation. My new book is out now about sales automation. Today, I would like to have a closer look with you on the AI-driven enterprise of the future. How does it look like, and what implications come with them? But first of all, in what kind of world we are living? It is really chaotic, and it's characterized by volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity. Some call it the VUCA world. And this is nothing new. COVID does make it worse, but it's not the driver of all this. This comes first. And when it comes to doing business, it gets worse as our clients expect a lot of things of us. They expect convenience in the processes, sustainability, and they love transparency, and they love to do business with enterprises driven by purpose. So, how can we do and deliver all this in that kind of uncertain world? I think AI, artificial intelligence, could help us a lot to do this. But what is it after all? To put it in a nutshell, it's nothing like you have a lot of raw data, lots amounts of raw data, then you have an algorithm that puts that raw data into order. And the result are clusters and structures and rules. And so we can reduce it to just three things. AI can help us to make prediction, to do matching, and to make decisions better. So if you right now have a business problem, I think if you can reduce it to one of these three, AI might be a good choice to help you. Okay, how can you put AI to use in different business units? I think you can use it in all kinds of business units. We have here a scheme of a whole enterprise. This is people and relations, formerly known as human resources, sales and marketing, the whole management, manufacturing, processing, research and development, the underlying business model, and the finance unit. So let us have a closer look in all of these units. There are people and relations. As I said, formerly known as HR, human resources. You can do predictive hiring, you can do interviews with bots, you can detect employees' needs, and I've brought to you another fun fact. Let's see this later. Okay, when it comes to predictive hiring, we have to be very, very careful, as normally the bias of the developers gets into the software. Maybe you know the big company Amazon. Some years ago, they tried to do the predictive hiring with a new software, and then it came out that lots of developers had some female phobia. So the software, when it went to proposing CVs for doing the interviews, just shows the ones not looking female. So they had to redo the whole thing. It was a great PR disaster. Okay, so and when you now go to the interviews, you can apply AI to do some voice analysis with the candidates interviewed. You can decide whether they are telling the truth, and you can do some analysis of eye movements. You can do this by applying a chatbot doing the interview, or also by doing it with a human on a camera. In a recent interview, the CIO of Zoom, Harry Moseley, stated that Zoom itself, as we're working with it here, Zoom itself uses AI to onboard the new employees. This is getting very, very difficult in times of the pandemic. Zoom matches new employees and searches bodies for them. So they are onboarded by some, likewise, it's just like on a dating platform, they dated new employees. And the company of my wife, they're using a Slack bot just for matching these lunch dates. Not by now, obviously, but normally if we're not living in a time of pandemic, the Slack bot matches your lunch date. You just tell the bot, okay, I'm going to lunch today, with whom I should go, and he proposes 2 or 3 co-workers to go with you. Okay, then we're going to another business unit, sales and marketing. This is my home turf, and as you can see here, the list goes longer, and I think this is because many of us in that department of sales and marketing are the most laziest people, and we're striving to use AI to do less work. You can do a lot of things here. You can do the prediction who buys. You can do the content distribution in the customer's journey. You can use AI bots in pre-sales and service, and you can do the matching. Which sales rep is best for that kind of client, so that you know this. You can do this phone service rating. When you do phone service, normally you get that question after the phone call: how did you like it? How would you rate the service, and so on. And all of this is not necessary anymore, using some voice analysis on this part. And the voice analysis, the artificial intelligence knows if you are satisfied with the call or not. Of course, you can do lead generation using AI in sales and marketing, and the content creation needed for content marketing and lead generation. So I've brought you some examples of that area. First of all, Ergo is one of the competitors of my former speaker, and it's a big insurance company, and they developed the Hail bot this year. I think they spent some €2 million to develop it, and it's a voice bot. And if you have a hail damage, a hailstorm, some 5,000 to 7,000 customers call at the same time to the company to get the pace. And Ergo decided to implement a voice bot, on the one hand to make the customer happier, because formerly they had to wait a long time before they could talk to an agent, and of course to lower the work burden for the contact center. All of them are really happy, and also the clients. And the Hail bot is just talking with clients with hail damages, so it's a very, very small semantic topic, and it's very, very good to handle it for the bot. Okay, Salesforce, one of the companies which is really ahead in applying AI to the question, which lead will buy the next. This is the main topic within salespersons. You have a list of 100 leads that might close today, but you have only time to call 5 to 10 of them, and you don't know which one of them to call. This is something sales people do based on stomach, on intuition, and Salesforce comes in here, and based on machine learning, they decide which one of these 100 leads seems to be highly probable to close the deal today. A sales bot, no, not a sales bot, a chat bot in the service does the DNB bank in Norway apply. It's they call the IINO bot, and they implemented it last year, I think, and now it takes over about 50% of customer interaction, and all the customers are happy because they get, as we said earlier, they get their answer in a minute. The machine is tremendously fast, and they have a lot lower burden of work within the contact center. Okay, when it comes to content creation, GPT-3 that came out this summer of OpenAI is implemented by now by some companies to produce content that actually works in the marketing field. In my office, for my company, we have implemented a digital sales bot that takes out of the internet the best content on sales automation and posts it automatically to LinkedIn and Twitter, and we produce an email newsletter on a weekly basis, totally automatically with this. Okay, we're going to the next business unit. This is management, and we can do scenarios, we can do decision making, we can predict what will happen in the future. And one of the first companies yet mentioned, Salesforce, and they're applying since 2 years in AI as a board member. And yet that AI fostered some decisions that board made and asked and contradicted some reports made by other board members. And Mark Benioff, the CEO of the company, stated this bot helps a lot as it does not have that it does not hide information as it thinks it could damage itself. So the AI is totally emotionless in that when it comes to make decisions. Another part of management is this question of scenarios, what will happen in the future and how can we react to this. A very interesting software on that part is SimScale, and they're applying it to the building industry, and they allow you to form huge scenarios within building industry. And what is more, it is not offered on premise, but it's AI as a service. So you don't need anymore to have large infrastructure in your own company, but you can buy the AI from the cloud, and so it's very, very easy for you to use it when it's necessary. Okay, the next business unit we're looking on is manufacturing. Industry 4.0 is yes, we're applying lots of robots working there, and we can predict how much do we need. And I've brought you a good example that comes a little bit later. And personalization, of course. AI is able to personalize products on a huge grade. And also, if we're talking about manufacturing software, there's an interesting company from Bengaluru. It's called Wow Labs, and they build software with AI. So AI building software. I think the next step will be AI building AI, and this is quite far and quite fast, as I have to state. Okay, an important part of a modern enterprise, of course, is research and development. And here we have global interconnectedness with a company like Iris. Really, really interesting. And if you're a researcher on a topic, let's say like polar ice melting due to the climate change, Iris will tell you who else is doing research on that topic and will connect you automatically and will propose you some research papers on the topic. And so this is a very global based approach, and it's really, really fascinating research. Okay, the underlying business model of the company, and here we have some very, very good examples in recent years. For instance, this is a German company, Food21, so therefore I have to apologize, the website is in German by now, but I think they'll go global in a short amount of time. And what are they doing? They just are thinking about from the field to your plate, about 50% of all food is lost. This is a tremendously amount, and it's incredible and horrific. And Food21 goes here with machine learning and deep learning algorithms to optimize the prediction of how much food will the supermarket sell, how much food will the milk producer sell or the corn producer, and so on all steps of the food producing process, they can tell the producer how to do in that kind of moment. And yes, they have a huge amount of clients with promising results in this, and they're reducing the number of food getting lost on the process. This is a very promising company, I think. Okay, the last business unit we're talking about is finance, and here we have real-time forecast, cash flow forecast, and robo-advisory. Yes, it's possible by now, and it's a really important thing of the finance department of large enterprises to do the cash flow forecast. How much money do I have in the bank account to spend it on investments or to do whatever is necessary right now? So this is a really important one to make decisions in finance. And this company, also very promising, is Hedge21, and is doing some hedging proposals if you have to hedge your risk on your company, and it takes some geopolitical information, some interest rates, and so on a global basis. And of all of that, that AI proposes you how to hedge your risks. Okay, so now we have had a closer look to some business units and how to apply AI in each and every one of them. But what are the implications? What does it mean for us, and how can we handle this? First of all, yes, of course, AI keeps the black box, and trustability is a huge problem. We as humans tend not to trust decisions that we can't understand, that we cannot understand the underlying rules that lead to that decisions, and this is quite the problem as we encounter if we are trying to use AI. We have encountered lots of fear, doubt, and mistrust. So what can we do against it? Of course, this concept is called human in the loop. We can put some concise breakdowns in the whole process so that we handle over the whole process to humans, and humans can break the process at all times. So it's not that black box anymore, and it's possible to stop processes. That leads us to something that is quite common in industry, but that's not for granted. Here you can see an example of human workers and robots working side by side, but it's not long ago that humans and robots worked together, separated by cages. So the robots had to work in cages, and this is the vision we should strive with AI in office jobs as well. So I think AI leads us to be data-driven. We work based on data, on huge amount of data, and AI allows us to do, yes, prediction, matching, and decision-making based on that data. But what happens? A huge problem that occurs now is a change of competencies. Formerly, we needed lots of technical experts and some data scientists. But now, if we are applying massively artificial intelligence in our business units, we need more data scientists, experts in machine learning, and less technical experts. Okay, so there's a massive change of competencies. What does this mean? Innovation, a very, very important point of each company, is getting more difficult. Why? Because innovation normally is driven by technical experts, or by people that are firm in their field, that they know what could bring ahead their field. And when we work less with that technical experts and more with data scientists, which by definition understand less of each field, innovation gets difficult. Okay, what else implications come with massive usage of AI in business units? Conventional enterprises have competitive advantage out of the knowledge of manufacturing processes, of the access of the access to supply sources, and of the grade of efficiency they work with. So these 3 points are really important when it comes to being and taking advantage of the competition. With applying AI in lots of companies worldwide, this won't be distinctive features anymore. I think most companies will have nearly the same conditions to work with. So what does it need to have a competitive advantage right now? What comes instead? I think one of the most important points here is customer centricity or customer obsessity. Customer centricity is not enough. It must be customer obsessity. And that this works shows another time Amazon. Jeff Bezos just said in an interview 21 years ago that customer obsession is what drives him and the company. And as we see how far Amazon has gone by now, I think he's really right. So innovation in customer obsessity might be an advantage point to the competency. And now I have a last point that is an implication, I think, of highly using AI in business units. And this is the exchange of data. As we see it in navigation systems, for instance, by Google, you deliver in your car position, your speed, and so on, and you get back the information how to avoid traffic jam and how to drive the fastest route. And I think this will happen on a global level and with enterprises, although in the same industry, interchanging data to be faster, each and any one of them. So these are the implications I see with high usage of AI. What is the quintessence of all this? You cannot ignore AI for your business or your institution anymore. It is an important point, and it does not depend so much on the budget or on the innovation power you have, but the circumstances bring us to apply AI and to doing research how to use it for our company with the benefit. And it's a tough challenge, of course it is, but there are lots of chances at stake. Whatever you choose, my advice is you start from the position you are and you look what your company, your enterprise, your business model needs right now to go ahead, and not to look on the market what is technical possible, what can you do with this techniques. No, start the other way around. And so you can decide whether to fly with an old-fashioned plane or with a more modern one. That's it for my talk, for my presentation. Shubham, alle wieder.